Welcome to Switch Game List. Join me as I count down my top 20 best platformers on Nintendo Switch right now. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like. Spyro Reignited bundles 3 Spyro games with rebuilt graphics, while keeping core gameplay intact. You play as Spyro, a purple dragon freeing dragons from nasty Nork, battling Ripto to save fairy realms, and recovering stolen eggs from the sorceress. The collection balances nostalgia with modern convenience through improved visuals. Controls hold up well after 20 years, though camera quirks remain. These games follow a simple formula: collect gems, find secrets, torch enemies, but execute it with charm. The trilogy creates an addictive loop with variety across distinct adventures.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. You can always...
Nine Sols drops you into a Tao-punk world blending Asian fantasy with sci-fi elements. You control Yi, a warrior seeking revenge against the Nine Sols, godlike rulers corrupting a once peaceful realm. The combat builds on deflection mechanics similar to Sekiro, requiring perfect parry timing. This game doesn't hold your hand. Expect to die repeatedly while mastering its systems. The striking art direction mixes Chinese aesthetics with futuristic technology. Nine Sols focuses on environmental storytelling rather than cutscenes. The difficulty spikes feel brutal, but pushing through delivers remarkable satisfaction. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD brings the Wii hit to Switch with sharper visuals. The Tiki Tok tribe hypnotizes animals to steal DK's banana hoard, sending the ape and Diddy on a recovery mission. The game demands precision platforming through environments ranging from jungles to volcanoes. Each world introduces mechanics before combining them in increasingly challenging ways. Nintendo added an optional easier mode without sacrificing challenge for purists. The minecart and rocket barrel levels still cause controller gripping tension. The co-op mode creates moments of teamwork punctuated by accidental sabotage. Yoshi's Crafted World sends the dinosaur gang to recover gems from the Sun Dreamstone after Baby Bowser scatters them across handcrafted dioramas. Every level looks built from household materials: cardboard platforms, tin can tunnels, papier-mâché enemies, and button decorations. The standard Yoshi mechanics return: flutter jumping, enemy eating, and egg throwing with a twist. You can play levels backward from new perspectives. The mellow difficulty means you'll rarely see the game over screen. The craft aesthetic creates environments that feel real despite their fantasy elements. It prioritizes creativity over challenge. New Super Lucky's tale follows Lucky, a fox thrust into the Book of Ages to protect it from Jinx, an evil cat sorcerer. The gameplay mixes 3D platforming with puzzle solving across themed worlds packed with collectibles. Lucky handles responsively whether navigating open areas or side-scrolling sections. The game nails accessibility without feeling childish. There's genuine challenge in finding every hidden clover. The humor lands without trying too hard, and the cartoony villains have enough personality to make defeating them satisfying. The camera occasionally fights you in tight spaces. Animal Well drops you into a mysterious labyrinth without explanation, controlling a small blob navigating interconnected chambers filled with strange creatures. The game trades traditional storytelling for environmental puzzles that reveal the world through discovery. The pixel art creates an unsettling atmosphere with lighting effects that transform simple sprites into something otherworldly. Progress comes from experimenting with items that interact with the environment in surprising ways. The aha moments when you finally understand how systems connect provide more satisfaction than boss fights. The map design encourages exploration without hand-holding. Bo stars a fox spirit armed with a magical staff who must save her village from malevolent forces. The hand-painted environments draw from Japanese mythology, creating striking landscapes to traverse. Combat focuses on staff techniques and magical abilities that unlock gradually, giving access to previously blocked paths in true Metroidvania fashion. The game balances exploration with combat that starts simple but develops depth as you counter different enemy types. Boss fights test both combat skills and movement abilities, requiring strategy beyond button mashing. The checkpoint system prevents frustration despite challenging sections. Crash Bandicoot 4 picks up after the original trilogy with Neo Cortex ripping holes in space-time after escaping imprisonment. Crash and Coco must collect quantum mass to restore order to the multiverse. The gameplay maintains precise platforming while adding dimension-bending powers like phasing objects, slowing time, and flipping gravity. Levels switch between side-scrolling sections and 3D segments. The difficulty curve shoots upward in later stages, recalling the original game's controller-throwing challenge. Rail grinding, wall running, and dimension hopping break up standard platforming. Perfectionists can tackle n-verted modes and time trials. Shadow of the Ninja. Reborn reimagines the NES classic with ninjas Hayate and Katie infiltrating futuristic New York to overthrow Emperor Garuda. The game keeps the side-scrolling action while adding modern touches like checkpoints and weapon upgrades. Combat lets you switch between katanas for close range, kusaragamas for mid-range, and shurikens for distance attacks. The pixel art honors the original with enhanced lighting effects impossible on NES. Levels require both combat prowess and platforming precision, with paths that reward exploration. Boss fights serve as skill checks without feeling cheap. Super Meat Boy follows a cube of meat trying to rescue his girlfriend from the evil Dr. Fetus. This game built its reputation on brutal difficulty, hundreds of levels demanding pixel-perfect jumps and split-second timing. The controls respond with absolute precision, leaving no one to blame but yourself when you fail. What makes it work is the instant restart after death, keeping pace even when a level kills you dozens of times. Completing worlds unlocks dark versions with harder layouts, plus hidden warp zones with unique art styles. The challenge seems impossible until it clicks. Hey, quick pause here. If you're enjoying this look at some of Switch's finest games, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Let me know in the comments which of these games you've played or are excited to try. Now, let's continue with our lineup. Sonic X Shadow Generations merges classic and modern Sonic gameplay while adding Shadow as a playable character. The story connects two timelines as a mysterious villain forces Sonic and Shadow to revisit iconic moments from their history. Classic Sonic delivers precise 2D platforming focused on momentum, while modern sections mix 2D with 3D high-speed runs. Shadow's gameplay introduces combat mechanics and chaos abilities that change the formula. The game serves as both a greatest hits collection and a showcase of series evolution. Some 3D sections suffer from camera issues.
What? So what I was tracking was him. I won't let him escape again.
Rayman Legends sends Rayman and friends to save teensies captured by the Bubble Dreamer's nightmares. The hand-drawn 2D art animates with fluid grace as you run, jump, and punch through fantasy worlds. Levels build around rhythm, syncing platform movements with the soundtrack for a flow-state experience. The music stages, platforming through levels timed to songs like Black Betty, stand among gaming's most joyful moments. 4-player co-op creates chaotic fun without sacrificing playability. The game balances challenge for experienced players while remaining accessible to newcomers. Ori and the Will of the Wisps continues the story of Ori, a guardian spirit who ventures beyond the forest of Nibel while searching for Ku, an owlet friend. The game combines fluid platforming with combat in a Metroidvania structure, gradually unlocking abilities that open new paths. The visuals create a living painting effect through dynamic lighting and layered backgrounds. The emotional story explores themes of family, sacrifice, and environmental balance. The sequel improves with varied combat options and a shard system for customizing abilities. The orchestral soundtrack complements the gameplay perfectly. Super Mario Maker 2 puts endless Mario levels at your fingertips through creation, sharing, and playing. The story mode features Nintendo-designed challenges as Mario helps rebuild Princess Peach's castle. The level editor includes elements spanning from the original Super Mario Bros. To 3D World, with tools supporting both simple designs and complex contraptions. The online sharing system ensures you'll never run out of new challenges, though quality varies wildly. Nintendo periodically adds new creator elements. The multiplayer modes create chaos in the best way. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe remasters the Wii game with enhanced graphics and extra content. The story begins when Magolor crash lands on planet Popstar, and Kirby helps recover pieces of his ship. Kirby's copy abilities return alongside super abilities that let you demolish large sections of levels with oversized powers. The game shines in multiplayer, supporting 4 players who can drop in or out anytime. The new Merry Megaland adds mini-games that provide fun diversions. The difficulty stays on the easier side, perfect for younger players while offering optional challenges for veterans. Kirby and the Forgotten Land marks the Pink Puffball's first fully 3D mainline adventure. After transportation to a post-apocalyptic world, Kirby discovers the Beast Pack kidnapping Waddle Dees and sets out to rescue them. The game introduces Mouthful Mode, where Kirby partially swallows large objects like cars and vending machines to use their properties. Levels blend linear paths with open areas, striking a balance between focused progression and exploration. The co-op mode lets a second player control Bandana Waddle Dee. The transition to 3D feels natural rather than forced. Cuphead tells the story of Cuphead and Mugman, who lose their souls to the devil in a casino and must collect debts from runaway debtors to save themselves. The 1930s rubber hose animation style, with hand-drawn characters and watercolor backgrounds, creates a visual masterpiece unlike anything else in gaming. The gameplay focuses on boss fights with some run-and-gun levels, all demanding precise dodging and pattern recognition. The difficulty earned its reputation. Most bosses required dozens of attempts to defeat. The jazz soundtrack perfectly complements the era-appropriate visuals. The DLC adds Miss Chalice as a playable character. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury combines an enhanced Wii U game with an open-world adventure. In 3D World, Bowser captures fairy-like Sprixies, sending Mario's team across themed worlds to rescue them. The levels blend 2D and 3D platforming, focusing on multiplayer fun that scales from cooperation to competition. The catsuit lets characters climb walls and swipe enemies. Bowser's Fury introduces a separate open world where Mario teams with Bowser Jr. to stop a corrupted, giant Bowser. Collecting cat shines triggers battles against the kaiju-sized Bowser. Celeste follows Madeline, a young woman climbing Celeste Mountain while battling anxiety and depression. These inner demons manifest as obstacles and a doppelganger she must ultimately accept rather than overcome. The gameplay centers on precise platforming with a simple moveset jump air dash and climb that create surprising depth. Each chapter introduces new mechanics that layer upon previous skills without feeling overwhelming. The narrative approaches mental health with surprising nuance, using gameplay as metaphor. The difficulty can seem daunting, but accessibility options let players customize various aspects. Princess Peach. Showtime puts Peach in the spotlight when the Sparkle Theater falls under control of the Wicked Grape and her Sour Bunch. Peach must save performers by taking on different roles in various plays, each granting unique abilities. As a sword fighter, detective, kung fu master, or pastry chef, Peach tackles themed levels with distinct gameplay mechanics. The transformation system prevents staleness, as each role features its own movement style and special skills. The theater setting provides a creative framework for varied level designs. The difficulty remains accessible, focusing on experimentation rather than punishment. Hey, let me know what you think about these games. Maybe you've played some and have a different take, or maybe something here caught your eye. Drop a comment, let's chat about it. See you in the next one.